Hi everyone, thanks everyone for joining the call. And this is our called QA discussion, and today is 25th of April 2019. And we have a few items on our agenda. Maybe we can first go with Gillis, Volta QA update.
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Thanks.
So from our perspective, I've delivered on the last two Jira issues, which was to um, add BBSIM to the test framework, and but just for the first two test cases, because as you know, on master 1.x, um, the authentication and uh, uh, the DHCP IP address assignment is not working. So I can only go as far as discovery and the what is the first one? Whatever. I mean, the first test case, the first two test cases, all I can run. So I was able to, with help from Kailash, to run them. Um, so the framework now is you can do either, and it takes an additional parameter on the Jenkins, and the default is to use PonSim so as to not disturb the existing testing that's going on. So, but we did try to run it with BBSim as the alternate, and it did run. So that's where we are. So I've delivered on that. Um, kind of waiting for the master, I guess, to switch over to 2.0, and with all of the technology profiles and all that working, so I can proceed to get the next two test cases in.
Yeah, hey, Jill, it's Kailash here.
Yeah.
I just want to give you an update on BBSIM. So there has been some recent development, just this week or maybe late last week. So the master of BBSIM should be able to support authentication and DHCP now with Volta 1.x master. I know that wasn't the case with all the tech profile stuff, but there has been some improvements in on the BBSIM side. So I mean, it doesn't support technology profiles, but it can get past the it can get basically before it was airing out when it wasn't able to handle the flow packets that included the technology profiles. So they went ahead and proceeded. They made an exception for that, and they fixed that in BBSIM to just ignore that error and continue on to send authentication and DHCP flows as well. So you should be able to now on Volta 1.x master authenticate each ONU and get an IP address through via DHCP. So I don't know if you've tried that recently, but I think it was just this week or late last week. It's been supported, and I've been able to test it locally in my SIBA pod with 1.x master. So wanted to give you an update on that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. No, because I haven't updated my Volta BBSIM repo since I tried it. So yeah, I would have to do that. Okay, thanks a lot for that. So I can I can try that, and maybe I can.
And I can send you the patch in BBSIM that that allowed for this fix. There's more details in there, so you understand what's what scenario that it fixed and resolved. So I'll go ahead and ping that to you as well too.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And then I had a question also on, I know we tested both on BBSIM and PonSim. We tested the job, I remember, earlier this week and last week. But does the framework support testing of both BBSIM and PonSim simultaneously, like or one after another, actually?
No, I didn't, suggested to. It was not suggested that I do that. I don't know. No, at the moment it does not.
Okay. No, I was just curious because I mean that would add a little more test coverage in Volta, but maybe that's something we can bring up to the Volta community to see if they. I know PonSim has been a big help with a PonSim test, and we don't want to break that. So I know you didn't make the final cutover to BBSim since all it's doing is one new activation. But maybe that's something we can discuss with the Volta community to see if they find that useful and helpful if we do test both, or if we just continue on with PonSim for now since it's doing the full data plane testing.
Yeah, data plane. Yeah, not up to me.
Hey, Gillis, we were not able to hear your last statement. You were breaking.
Oh, was I breaking? Okay, so I was just saying that it's it's up to the community to decide what I guess what I should be doing. Um, like I say, at the moment, I'm only running one or the other, but not both.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think the PonSim tests are really good because it does the full data plane testing as well too.
Exactly, which is what I kind of repeated.
Yeah.
So, and Gillis, I do have a question. Is there a test plan that you are using where we can refer to about your plan and what is your next coverage and when do you plan all that? Is there anything on the web on wiki pages anywhere?
Yeah, we presented a few times to the Volta on the Volta Scrum, but I guess you guys are not necessarily tied into that. But there are recordings, but I could send it to you if you choose, if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah. If you the if that's fine with you, that will be great. If you can share it with us,
Okay,
just get to
okay,
what we have in the.
okay. I'll remember to send it to you. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Gillis. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
And
You're welcome.
thanks, Kailash. Any other questions to Notforge? Kailash, do you have anything else?
No, I'm good. Just I'll send you the Gillis, I'll send you that patch and let me know where if you need help rebuilding it and testing it. We can look at that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Okay. Then we can move on to the next item. Shriju is on the call, and Shriju is from the Certification Brigade. And Shriju, you want to update anything for us and any questions?
Yeah, sure. The update which I had to make is like we already have the certification repo with the functional cases. So today we have committed the operational test cases, which include scenarios like switch reboot, interface flap, port status collection, stuff like that. So that's also uploaded today. And currently we are working on scalability cases like configuring hundreds of flows and then verifying each of them with traffic. So yeah, it's in progress. And yeah, so that's the update. I mean, I thought you might be interested in that.
Yeah, definitely. Shriju, and which version of Phonos are you using?
I use the same Helm charts as what Seba 1.0.
Okay.
So yeah.
And and
And, yeah,
and
yeah.
scalability testing. So how are you achieving that? How do you go?
Normally, again, it's again done through the OF test framework configuring. I believe it's around configuring 64 to 100 the VLAN cross connect groups between 4 pair of interfaces. So it will reach up to around close to 500 flows, and then we send traffic to verify each and every flows. And then on top of this, we do some operational cases as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Probably whenever you have time, when these test cases are ready, can you just give us a quick update or a demo of what
Yeah, sure.
there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the test plan is already there at the shared certification brigade. I there's one pending item still on me is to collect all this information, including the pod level test, which you guys are running in a single document. So I'm almost half done with it. So my idea was once I do that, complete that, then I need to call for a meeting with everyone to review it and finally get it approved.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
because there would be some test cases that we might also need it, and maybe we
Okay.
can also use it, especially when we have like scalability and performance testing.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, thanks a lot, Shriju. Anything else for Shriju? Any other questions?
Nothing much from nothing else from my side. And from the brigade point of view, I'll also be interested to see the Volta test plan, because we will be moving towards that next.
Okay, right. Okay, thanks, Shriju.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the next item is for the system level for SEBA upgrade scenarios. Kailash, do you want to talk about it? I was thinking that there maybe we need to come up with some kind of matrix. So I was just suggesting that maybe we can put up a matrix kind of a thing where we have this Helm chart and what scenario we have before upgrade and after upgrade, so we get some inputs even from the development important things that we might need to test. So anything else that you have on your mind? Because I
Um, well, yeah, a couple of things. Well, I'm first starting with the ISSU service upgrade epic that we have for NEM. I'm currently in the process of creating test jobs per each check-in, just to make sure that each service is able to update itself while the core is running, and the core should be able to pick up and detect that the synchronizer got updated, and it should be able to reload those the models in that service, and everything should be fine. In addition to that, we're also going to test for if there are any if there were any previous models created in that service. We want to make sure that model gets ported over after the upgrade, and if there were any changes to that model with the upgrade, in terms of the model policies or model attributes, the upgrade should be able to determine that and update itself from that. So from the NEM layer, we're in the process right now of creating a couple of jobs that will test for all that, in addition to service downgrade as well too. So the same scenario there, where we should be able to downgrade a particular service and the core should be able to meet those requirements. So I'm working on creating jobs that will run per patch set, so that at the NEM layer at least we have some validation there. And then in addition to that, we want to take that further into the physical pod, where after we have a physical pod completely instantiated and configured, and we run through a set of tests. It could just be one simple end-to-end test, or a number of tests. But the idea is in the middle, we upgrade a particular service. We can start with upgrading some synchronizer containers, some services, and just making sure that there's no interference with the pod, and that the data plane will continue to work. And then we also want to test upgrading Volta and ONOS. Now that one might be a little problematic, because I remember speaking to Matteo, and he said that if we do an upgrade to ONOS, the net config doesn't persist during the update, so you may have to reconfigure the fabric on it. So I need to talk to Matteo and the team about that, to see what we should expect, and put together a plan on that, in terms of if we upgrade ONOS, do we need to reconfigure any particular components, or should it happen automatically, but just expect a delay in the data plane in the data plane traffic for a short period of time. That component's going to be a little larger, but for now, our system should be able to support upgrading of NEM services, across a single a complete pod as well. So that's the idea here. We have a couple JIRAs filed for this. So yeah, that's the plan here.
Yeah, thanks, Kailash. So I was mainly touching on the system level scenarios. So if we can add multiple scenarios and do this service upgrades, that will be good because at a pod level and a system level, I know that we are like thoroughly testing from the model perspective. But adding the scenarios like various combination of scenarios like deleting a subscriber after upgrade or keeping the subscriber status the same before and after upgrade, and then making sure that we are editing the subscriber for different changes
Right. Okay.
after upgrade. So I was mostly interested on the system level. So like we
Okay.
discussed earlier, because we have one item as part of our test plan where we need cover this. Maybe we can come up with more of these scenarios, and then because once the template for the upgrade is ready, then I think the scenarios, it's just adding of more scenarios and then
Yeah. 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 I agree. Okay.
verifying what we want exactly to do.
Yeah. Definitely. I think that's a good idea. Rather than just expecting, just bringing it up and then upgrading service, but yeah, more scenario based and more coverage in terms of the scenarios. Yeah, that's a good plan. Yeah, we can add that.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Kailash. And then I was also thinking if we have multiple ONUs, then it's just good. So maybe we can work on bringing up the pod in our own lab with the new OLT that we have. So that will help us, test multiple scenarios at once instead of like, tearing with one ONU, test something, tearing it down, and then bringing it up again.
Hmm.
Yeah, I will also work with you on that.
Okay. Yeah.
But I thought, like on the call, if there are, if development has any other comments or any suggestions towards this, then that will be great from a system level point of view. So, Scott or Andy, do you have any suggestions, or do you think the plan is fine?
I thought the plan sounded good.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Scott. So maybe we'll come up with scenarios and then we'll share it across to make sure that we are not like over covering or we are like missing any coverage, important things.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. Kailash, do you want to add anything else regarding this topic?
No.
Okay. Um, then looks like we are done on this topic as well. Anyone else has anything to add or report or update everyone here on the call? Okay. I call it as no. All right, then we can call on the meeting. Thanks everyone for joining the call and thanks for all the inputs.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
See you
bye
guys. Have
now.
a good day.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.